Okay, so let's say you've beaten Martin and are looking for a greater challenge. Next up on your list of bots would be Elani, who's rated 400 elo for Greece. And one special thing to know about Elani is her description is, was it a blunder or a sneaky sacrifice? The answer is that it's always a blunder, so let's start off the game by letting out some pieces. Okay, let's let out our knight. So this is also fine, this is also fine. Okay, let's let out the bishop. And we castle. Okay, and we want to let this dark squared bishop out as well. And we can do that by playing d4 or d3. d4 here is preferred because it also grabs space. Okay, now it looks like black is going to be running into some problems because they've got this weak f7 square. That because of this pawn move, because of this, we can just go straight for it here. Okay, here we can just take it. Notice here the bishop here. It's also possible if you find a way to follow it up with queen f3. We're just going to keep it simple and go for this work. Okay, this is the sneaky sacrifice versus blunder thing I was talking about. It's always just a blunder, so we take it. And we trade off. Let's open things up to try to get this king a little more exposed. Letting our pieces out. Because, well, how are you going to checkmate him without any pieces? Yeah, let's get our bishop out. Yeah, this is totally a trap. Okay. Let's just get our knight closer. And here you could either take the pawn or take the bishop. I would say here it's preference, since we're up 7. I'll trade off this knight first, and then trade off the bishop. Get closer with the queen. Take a pawn. Bring more people to the party. Okay, we're gonna get the other rook involved as well. Okay, here notice we can play a rook d7 because this bishop can't take. Otherwise, we would take the king, which would win. So we take with the rook here. Check. And funnily enough, there's 2 checkmates, or actually multiple here, but I think this was kind of funny. Opening up this file for the rook while also cutting off these squares. Okay. Hopefully you saw in that game how you can beat these sneaky sacrifices. Let's do it again with d4. Okay, let's say you like d4 and you're going up the elos. You might have seen this move, but if you haven't, this might look a little weird. That's pawn to c4. This is the queen's gambit, and at this level they usually accept it. But the idea is we just give up a pawn, and we're gonna get it back later. Oh, unless they do this sneaky sacrifice. It's so weak. Here, if they wouldn't have taken with the queen, we would have eventually gotten the pawn here with the bishop. And if they try to hold on to it, we would have played a4. But I guess we don't have a chance to play this game. Okay. And blue tip, when you have an active piece like a queen here, I would just draw diagonals to make sure there's no free stuff. Or make sure there is free stuff. Like that. Okay. And eventually you would see that the rook here is also in the diagonal, so let's take it. Okay. This bishop is pinned. And with pinned pieces, you usually want to put more pressure, which we can do here with the sneaky move bishop to h6. A really common idea if you've taken the rook. Okay. Then this bishop is still pinned, so we take it. The queen. Okay, here. I'm going to delay taking the pawn here because I want this rook to come out as early as possible. Here you could castle queenside or play the rook here. Both are completely winning. I'm gonna castle queenside because it's a little more stylish. Okay, they counter check us. Let's take it and then open up. Let's get the queen closer. Okay, be careful not to blunder your queen here. This is a good check, but by the bishop here. Okay, let's bring in even more pieces. Okay, before they can take our rook, we can give the check. And just intuitively, this should be checkmate pretty soon. Okay, we can give another check. More checks. And here you have to like see it like a fast checkmate. You just keep giving checks like this, and eventually it'll be checkmate. Okay, nice game. And I hope this shows you how to play against sneaky sacrifices like this. Hopefully in the higher elo bots, you'll see how to handle sacrifices.